Matthew, I learned it from a motorcycle general manager about 6 or 7 years ago. I was doing a seminar for a group of Harley-Davidson stores, and I was showing them how to defend payments a couple other ways. This guy raises his hand and says, "Hey, I got a better one than you got." I said, "Sure you do, pal. Come on up here." And by golly, he did. His name is Elvis Vaughn. Why is his name Elvis? He changed it from Kevin to Elvis so people would remember him. Look, think about the psychology behind this. Does the customer want the service contract? Does the customer want the gap coverage? Does the customer want someone to pay for the maintenance for them? Yeah, they want all that stuff. They just can't say yes to 627. What's our job? Help them. Help them say yes. That's what a good salesperson does. Barton, you can't close me on anything, but you can give me the right information and I'll close myself. You know what that makes you? The best closer in the country. That's what the best closers in the country do. They don't trick people. They don't pressure people. They don't do, let's see, what are some of the close? I learned the backdoor sliding close. I learned the over-the-top close, the assumptive close, all these closes I learned when I was growing up in the business. But then I learned that the best salespeople in the country give the customer the information they need to close themselves. Because, Neil, if you close yourself, that's a done deal, isn't it? Nobody uncloses Neil if he wants to do it. The customer wants, they want what you're offering them. They just don't know, they don't know how to say yes to it. Because, hell, they weren't planning on spending $547, were they, Matthew? They said, "Don't go a penny over 500, honey." Well, you do a great job. You close them at $547. But now, hell, we got to move another 60 or 70 bucks to get the products we need in there to protect the customer. Not sure I've got the energy to do this 9 more times this week. You people are lucky. You're lucky you're in the first class. I'll need a nap between sessions. But again, because I'm going to ask some of you, I'm going to ask you to learn this today. We got an hour. Got an hour to learn this. By the way, how hard's the math? Here's the math. Payment, what it's worth at the end, divided by whatever the term is. If it's 72, 84, 36, doesn't matter. Divide by the term, and what number does that give you? The amount of money flowing back to the title, the equity builder. Thank you. Then what do we do with that number? Subtract it from the gross, your gross monthly payment, and we get a net payment. I had a customer go, "Can I tell my wife that the payment's $377, not $647? I said, "As long as you use the term net, okay? You have to use the term net." All this is, and by the way, if the customer can't afford to pay $547, this doesn't work. If we put them on too much car, this doesn't work. The only time this doesn't work is if the customer's on too much car. I was working in a Kia store last December, and I went on a close. It was a couple of Georgia Tech engineers. They were mathematically inclined. The payment on their new Kia was $500 a month, and they were having trouble breaking through psychologically that $500 a month barrier. They could make the payment, but they're just, they're doing, hell. Jose, do we take payments out to customers and they just go, "It's too high," because that's what they've always done? Because normally, when a customer says that's too high to a car salesman, Carl, what's the car salesman do? No, I wish. Be right back. What did you want to pay today? What makes this okay for you to take delivery today? Give me some stupid number.
300.
I'll be right. We'll see if we can do that for you. Hey, by the way, that's what I did. I didn't know any better. Customer objected to me. I went straight back to the desk. I wasn't taught how to justify a number. Anyway, I go out and I do this for the Georgia Tech engineers, and they hook. About 30 minutes later, I walk back into the customer lounge to see what the football score was, and they're sitting back there with a yellow pad of paper. They see me and they call me over. I go, oh, shit. I go over there, and this guy goes, Steve, we've taken all of our installment loans, and we've applied your formula to them. We think we're making our house payment is actually negative because it appreciates. You've made us feel good about everything we're buying on time. Now, that's probably an exceptional reaction, but this is what our job is. Our job is to create an easier way for the customer to say yes. Okay? All right, who would like to try that?